Hey folks, welcome to the Triple T Thursday. For those just joining us, that's tools, tips, and talk, where we'll discuss info for the knife maker. If you've been listening to the Triple T for Knife Makers podcast that you can find on any of your podcasting platforms, this week we talked about one on the Maker Spotlight, and I'll show you guys in a little bit, but we talked about some software to show Damascus patterns, not just show them, but to build Damascus patterns and find out what they're going to look like so you can kind of plan your pattern. I was really excited by this because everyone always asks me about the graphics in the corner of my videos. I do those manually with some photo editing software. It takes me hours to do those. So I'm pretty excited to show you guys. I'm going to take you through this software and show you how it works. You guys will want to check this out. The software I'm going to show you today is from Mathew Boisvert, who we talked about during the podcast this week. So it's linked off of his Instagram. So go give him a follow, give him some love, and go check him out. So Mathew is a software developer in addition to being a knife maker, and he created this tool to be able to create Damascus patterns, which I think is really cool. It's pretty simple. You basically can build on you start with a design, much like you would do making real Damascus. You'd start with a simple pattern and you manipulate it and you build on it. You can start with a file, or you can start with examples. So I'm going to go into, and if you read the instructions, it kind of tells you how it works. So I'm going to take you guys through it. I'm going to go into generate. And here, I think I've just got this set, this is set at a 50 count. So it's just a 50 layer count billet. And you can do things like flip it and rotate it and stuff like this. But let's just see what happens. We're going to take a 50 layer count. And we're going to use this. So all of the manipulations will have this use generated image. So basically, whatever you have here, it's going to use that for the next step. So we'll pick that, and then let's go check out squash. So it's using my 50 layer, and now it's squashing them, basically like you would make C's. The easiest thing to do here is to rotate it, because that's normally how you would make these. And then if you just half height it, now you'll see your C's, which is pretty cool. And it just restack these, and you can redo it again. I think you can go up to 8. But let's just use 4 here for this example. I'm going to use this generated image. And you'll notice that it processed it again, because of course, instead of now the flat layers, it uses what I just used as the origin. So now I'm going to go to a different one. Let's go to twist. Okay, so now it took, this is my C's, and now it's twisted it. And you can simulate how far you're grinding into it. So this is really cool because, as I've said many times in videos, the more you grind into a twist, the better it looks to a certain point. At about 30 to 40%, you start to see these stars here. And that's really where it looks the best, because you don't want just straight layers here. So that'll give you an idea on that. And then, of course, just the twist amount. So pretty cool. Instead of twist, let's go over and do a bias. So this lets us basically change the shape of it. So we had it stacked up vertically, but now we've just biased it 45. So we basically re-squared it on the 45. Okay. You can change this and you'll see that it just kind of morphs that angle basically in what you put in here, which is pretty cool. And you can switch this, but there is also this feature on most of the most of these called simulate burn off. And one of the downsides here, just to the graphics, is, well, this white here where my cursor is, there isn't actually any steel there. So if you use this in a pattern, it kind of makes you think that there is actually steel here, and it puts white in that pattern. But really, that's not really going to be there, okay? Because you're going to re-square this, and it's going to be squished together. So what you can do is simulate burn off, and I'm assuming this is like burning scale off of it, and you can kind of make it fill the whole square. Now I'll use generated image again, and now I'm going to go over to multi-way. And now I can, this is basically doing I'm set up for a 4-way. You can do 9-way, 2 high, 3 high, but I'm going to leave it as 4-way. I'll click on this tile, rotate, and click on this tile, rotate it the other way. Now I have my explosion pattern. This is more like a star pattern. But really, really simple to see how that works. And if I just click use generated image again, it's going to use this as the origin and 4-way it. There it goes. So I can see as I get finer and finer on this pattern. So really, really cool. And of course, if I use that as the generated image, go over to tile, that's pretty fine, but you can see now I can tile it out and see what it's going to look like. Obviously, this is the same tile repeated, and this is not that interesting of a pattern to look at. Remember, folks, if you guys need steel for that Damascus or anything else knife related, go check out Maritime Knife Supply. They got everything you need with fast shipping anywhere in the US and Canada. Definitely go check them out. So far, I've showed you guys just some of the basics. If you guys are finding this useful, because I think Mathew did an amazing job here, there's a donate button. So go donate him some bucks to have him keep supporting this and just producing this for all of us to use. So big thank you to Mathew for producing this. So now I've reloaded the application just from scratch. And now I'm going to choose something just a little different. Instead of starting with the generate, I'm going to choose a file. Okay, and I'm going to, if I show page, this is what my pattern looks like. So I've basically done this one as a bitmap, as a PNG file, and it's got a dark band of black, white, black, and then there's actually another band of white here. And we're going to use this. Now let's go over to squash. Okay, we're going to rotate, okay, like this. Use that as the generated image. Go over to our bias. Okay, I'm going to simulate some burn off here. Okay, use that. Go to multi-way. Okay, so that's a little more interesting. And now you can see where what I've done. And now you've got this white black with a black interior or a white interior. So now we can start playing with some really cool patterns. And of course, tiling this is what we're going to get. If we multi-weight it again, okay, then go to tile, you can see what it's going to look like. So much that this application does. You can play with the multi-way, all the different aspects of twist, the different biases, like even that, just biasing this is giving it this kind of weird distortion, which is pretty cool. And there's a lot of options. Besides just using a bitmap, you can generate with a grid, with these different gradient layers, which is actually pretty hard to produce actually in real Damascus. He's doing a lot of grinding here. Different gradients, a thick center, This kind of simulates what the image that I did, but not quite as dramatic. So I encourage you guys to go play with this. I just wanted to make this a quick video to give you guys an intro on this, but I'll definitely be using this in the future. I may even switch to use this to generate the graphics for my videos. Someone just last week reached out to me and asked me, hey, could I teach them how to do this? Well, here you go. Thanks, folks. We'll see you on the next one.